For checking out my YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe. So what you're watching is the Bronx Knights. They are currently 14 and 12, 2 games over 500, and 3 games out of first place behind the Seattle Mariners, as you can see on the screen. And let's get started. So this is the third game of a 3-game set against the Texas Rangers at home. They've split the first 2 games, so this is the rubber game. View organizations games. Play game. Okay. Play full game. Home team. Playing at Classic Yankee Stadium. Okay. As you can see, the standings. Apparently the Mariners won their 19th game, so the Knights are 3.5 games back at 14 and 12. Here's the starting lineups. We also play Dungeons and Dragons on this channel once a week on Mondays at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So I invite you to join us for a really fun time. But for now, let's play some baseball. It is raining here in New York as the Texas Rangers visit Yankee Stadium to play the Bronx Knights in the third game of a 3-game set. On the mound for the Bronx Knights is Eli Ramos, making his 6th start of the season. He's 3-1 with a 2.89 ERA. And leading off for the Texas Rangers is Johnny Damon, hitting .275 with 1 homer and 13 runs batted in. And here's the first pitch. And that pitch is low for ball 1. Matt Termini at third. Benny LoCicero in right.
First pitch, 110.
And he turns on it, hits it foul. Count evens at 1-1. Circle change floats in there for strike 2. Bronx Knights are 14 and 12. That's good for second place in the AL West division. And he fouls off the high fastball, 98 on the radar gun. He pulls it foul, but into the stands. Count remains 1-2. And he hits a hard line drive, base hit through the center of the box. And the leadoff man is on for the Texas Rangers. Here's the replay. Ben Zobrist steps up to the plate. He's not doing well in his last 4 games. Overall, he's hitting .212 with 2 homers and 11 runs batted in. Batting from the left side against the righty Ramos. And the slider drops in there for strike 1. And Zobrist skies it high in the infield. Ramos at second base settles under it to make the first out in the first. And the starting lineups for the Texas Rangers: Johnny Damon leading off, Ben Zobrist batting second, Ernie Banks playing shortstop and batting third, Jorge Soler in right field, Eddie Murray at first, Minnie Minoso in left, Ivan Rodriguez the catcher, Corey Dickerson is the designated hitter, and Bobby Dalbec is at third base and batting ninth. So next up is Ernie Banks, who's hitting .295 with 6 homers and 24 runs batted in. And here's the pitch. Just on the outside corner for strike 1. Curveball drops in for strike 2. Count is very quickly 0-2. And he throws to first just to keep him close. Damon is back. And it's high, ball 1. You notice Mattingly at first base, and Mattingly also is the manager, as you can see. beauty of video games is that you can do whatever you want. And it's a line drive from Ernie Banks, base hit to right field. Runners at first and second with only one out in the first. And stepping in there is Jorge Soler, hitting .255 with 3 homers and 14 runs batted in. He's got a runner in scoring position. And the fastball clocked at 98. It's just low for ball 1. Breaking ball low, ball 2. And he hits it high and deep, but foul. Strike 1. Swing and a miss over the slider. Count evens at 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 in the high fastball for the second out of the inning. Here's it in real speed. Jorge Soler strikes out. Next up is Hall of Famer Eddie Murray, hitting .286 with 3 homers and 12 runs batted in. He is riding an 8-game hitting streak, and he pulls it foul for strike 1. And he fouls off the slider, strike 2. And he fouls off the split finger fastball. Count remains 0-2. And he drives the circle change up the middle for a base hit. O'Rourke comes up throwing, but it's not in time, as the Texas Rangers take a 1-0 lead on the RBI single by Eddie Murray. Here's the replay. He grounds it right back through the box. So with runners, Minnie Minoso is hitting .245 with 5 homers and 14 RBIs. And he fouls it off for strike 1. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. And he hits it past the diving Ramos in right. LoCicero comes up throwing quickly, but the bases are loaded with Texas Rangers. Ramos is having trouble here in the first. Can't seem to get the ball down. So Ivan Rodriguez steps in. He's hitting .327 with 2 homers and 11 RBIs. He has the bases loaded with 2 outs here in the top of the first. And it hits the corner for strike 1. Already Ramos has thrown 24 pitches here in the first. Got to get out of this. Oh, and he hits it high and deep. Oh, that's gone. It's a grand slammer for Ivan Rodriguez, and very quickly, before they're out of the first inning. It's 5-0 Texas. Rodriguez hits his 3rd home run. Oh, that silences the New York crowd. Here's the replay. Again, it's a grand slam. And he knew it. He knew it once the ball was hit, he knew it. So next up, Corey Dickerson hitting .263 with no homers and 9 runs batted in. Steps up to the plate. And he swings and misses the fastball, strike 1. And slider is low. Count evens at 1-1. And he hits it high and deep towards the 399's foot sign, but Lukulich makes the catch for the final out of the first, but not before Ivan Rodriguez and his grand slam home run helps the Texas Rangers open up this game with a 5 spot. Before the Knights even come to bat, they're losing 5-0. Well, pitching for the Texas Rangers is Domingo Germán, who's making his 6th start of the season. So far, the season has not been kind to him. He's 1-3 with a 6.66 earned run average. And leading off up at the plate for the Bronx Knights is Max Lukulich. He's hitting .316, no homers, 2 runs batted in.
Number 39.
And the first pitch is over for a strike. Texas Rangers are 12-17, which is only good for 5th place in the American League Western Division. And he fouls off the high fastball. Count is quickly 0-2. Lukulich does not have a lot of power, but he does have speed. And the fastball's just off the plate. Count goes 1-2.
Ball 2.
And curveball inside, ball 2. And he just gets a piece to stay alive. Count remains 2-2. And he hits a line drive. Oh, right at the diving right fielder. He throws to second, and he's in there with a sliding double. Lukulich, his 9th of the season. Nice piece of hitting. Hits it on a line. The right fielder almost makes a brilliant diving catch. Bounces off the heel of the glove. Gets up, throws to second, not in time. Don Mattingly steps up to the plate. He's hitting .306 with 6 homers and 23 runs batted in. He has a runner in scoring position. And he checks it. It's just low. Ball 1. Just low. And he swings over the top of the changeup. Count evens at 1-1. And he grounds it to the second baseman. Lukulich moves over to third, but there's 1 out. Easy play at first. Starting lineup for the Bronx Knights, it's Max Lukulich leading off, Don Mattingly playing first base, Chris Ramos, the second baseman, Mike O'Rourke is the center fielder, Jacob Salazar is the shortstop, Matt Terminese at third, Benny LoCicero in right, Anthony Millo catching, and the designated hitter and batting 9th is Matthew Saps. Stepping up to the plate is Chris Ramos, hitting .333 on the season. He has a runner in scoring position, just 90 feet away.
Nope.
And the first pitch is just low, ball 1.
Count 1-0.
And he hits a line drive base hit. It's an RBI single for Chris Ramos, and the score is 5-1, Texas.
Batting 4.
Here's a replay.
Center fielder. Mike O'Rourke.
Got to get them one at a time. Nice piece of hitting. Michael O'Rourke steps up to the plate. He's hitting .365 with 5 homers and 18 runs batted in. And he checks his swing. Fastball is high, ball 1. Mike O'Rourke is riding a 12-game hitting streak. And he hits it off the leg of the pitcher, who throws over to first for the second out of the inning. Ramos advances to second base. Score that play 1-6-3. That's the pitcher to the shortstop to the first baseman. And Ivan Rodriguez goes out to Domingo Germán and asks him, "Are you doing all right?" And yeah, they wave off the trainer. They say, he says, "I'm fine." Next up is Jacob Salazar, hitting .330 with 2 homers and 18 runs batted in. He has 2 outs in the first, but he does have a runner in scoring position. And he lines it foul down the first base line into the seats. And he fouls it the opposite way into the stands. It's quickly 0-2. Ramos is at second. There are 2 outs. And he just gets a piece to stay alive. And it's a hard ground ball to Murray at first base, who takes it himself over to the bag for the final out of the inning. So the Bronx Knights get 1 back. At the end of 1 inning of play, it's the Texas Rangers 5, the Bronx Knights 1. And stepping up to the plate, top of the second, is Bobby Dalbec, who's hitting overall .240 with 4 homers and 12 runs batted in for the Texas Rangers. In case you're curious, I'm going to go over the options and gameplay and show you that my hitting difficulty is on All-Star and my pitching difficulty is on All-Star. That's where I'm going to keep it for probably the whole season. If I find that I'm having too easy to win. And the first pitch, he skies it out to LoCicero on right, who makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out. If I find that the games are too easy as I approach the All-Star break, maybe I'll advance it to the next step up. Defense for the Bronx Knights from left to right in the outfield is Lukulich, O'Rourke, and LoCicero. And in the infield is Termini, Salazar, Ramos, and Mattingly, with Anthony Millo behind the plate. Bronx Knights are 5th in the American League in defense. So, Johnny Damon had a single and a run scored. He's 1 for 1. He steps up to the plate for his second plate appearance. And he pours it in there for strike 1. And the slider's just off the plate inside. Count evens at 1-1. And he fouls off the fastball. And he waits on the circle change, gets just a piece to stay alive. Count remains 1-2. And he hits a lazy fly ball to left field. Lukulich is there and makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
Up next for the Rangers, the second
Ben Zobrist popped out in the first. He's 0 for 1. And throws strike 1, 98 on the radar gun. And he grounds it through the right side for a base hit. So with 2 outs in the second inning, Zobrist is on first base with a single.
Now batting, the shortstop, Ernie Banks.
So the line score so far doesn't look very nice. It's 1 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 5 earned runs, only 1 strikeout. Ernie Banks, he has a single and a run scored. He's 1 for 1. He steps up to the plate. And he hits it high and deep, but foul. And he grounds it sharply to Mattingly at first, but he takes it himself to the bag for the final out of the inning. And after 1.5 innings of play, Texas is leading 5-1. Leading off for the Bronx Knights, Matt Termini hitting .319 with 4 homers and 12 runs batted in.
Number 79.
And he grounds it hard to third. Dalbec throws across the diamond for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 out. The defense for the Texas Rangers from left to right in the outfield is Minoso, Damon, and Soler. And in the infield, Bobby Dalbeck, who just made the play, Ernie Banks, Zobrist, and Eddie Murray at first base, with the Gold Glove winner Ivan Rodriguez behind the plate. Stepping up there is Benny LoCicero, who takes ball one. He's got 28 runs batted in on the season. That leads the team. And he hits a high fly ball, but not overly deep. The right fielder makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
Batting it, the catcher.
Anthony Millo, the catcher, steps up. He's hitting .210 with a homer and 10 runs batted in. Check that, 11 runs. And he swings and misses the fastball, strike one. And it's a line drive, but right at the second baseman, who catches it for the final out of the inning. After 2 innings complete, Texas still leads by 4. Stepping up is Jorge Soler, who struck out in the first. He's 0 for 1 today. And the pitch is just outside for ball one. As you can see, the shift is on. Three fielders on the right side of the diamond, with only Mattingly on the left side. I'm sorry, check that, reverse that. 3 batters on the left side of the diamond, with only Mattingly on the right side. Oh, and he hits it high and deep. Soler makes it a 5-run ball game again, as he hits his 4th home run of the season and makes the score 6-1. Oh, God. Here's the replay. He just grooved it. Yeah, no. Eddie Murray steps up. He has an RBI single in the game.
Number 33.
And he takes strike one. So he's got the speed, but apparently he does not have... He has the velocity, but doesn't have the location today. Maybe it's the fact that it's raining. Or split ping fastball. 2 strikes on Eddie Murray. And he swings and misses for strike 3. First out of the inning. Minnie Minoso has a single and a run scored. He's 1 for 1, 3 for 10 in the series. He steps up there with 2 outs in the 3rd. And he fouls it back. Strike 1. And the pitch is way outside. And it's a line drive, base hit to center field. O'Rourke gets it back in, holds him to a single. So with 1 out in the 3rd, Minnie Minoso has a single. They're going to have to start thinking about getting somebody up in the bullpen, because it's just not happening today for Eli Ramos. And up steps Ivan Rodriguez, who has a grand slam in today's game. He's 1 for 1. It's a big one. And he hits it the other way, but right into the glove of Benny LoCicero for the second out of the inning. Corey Dickerson, who flied out in the first, is 0 for 1, steps up. And he pops it way up behind the plate. Millo makes the catch for the final out of the 3rd, but not before Jorge Soler hits a solo home run and extends the lead to 5. Halfway through the 3rd inning, it's the Rangers 6 and the Knights 1. Leading off for the Bronx Knights is Matthew Saps. He's hitting 188 with 3 homers and 8 runs batted in, below the Mendoza line, as they say. And he fouls it off the opposite way. Strike 1. And he hits it down the line, and it drops in for a base hit He makes a big turn at first, but gets the ball back in quickly and holds him to single. Matt Saps leads off the third with a base hit.
Now batter.
Here's the replay. And it just drops in. He does a good job racing there to get over. So the lineup turns over. Max Lukulich is 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. Steps up there with nobody out. And the curveball is low for ball 1.
1-0.
And the curveball is in there for a strike. Count is even at 1-1. And he flares it out to the center fielder, but Johnny Damon is right there to make the catch for the first out of the inning. Upcoming schedule for the Bronx Knights is a big 3-game set against the division-leading Seattle Mariners. 3-game set. Then there's an off day. And then the Bronx Knights go to New Yankee Stadium to face the New York Yankees. That should be interesting. Anyway, Domingo Germán is pitching well. Don Mattingly steps up. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out. Here's his second plate appearance. The curveball's in the dirt low, no advance. Throws it down there. First base, just to see if he can catch the runner. And the throw over to first. Saps is back. And he fouls off the fastball for strike 1. I'm just going to pause it for a second. Need to check something. Imagine it's a television delay. Okay. Sorry about that. And so it's 6-1 Texas. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out in the bottom of the third. Runner on first. And the pitch out, but nothing's doing. Count goes to 2-1. With Ivan Rodriguez's arm, it is not smart to be running with a 5-run lead. You need as many base runners as possible. And he hits it high and deep, but playable. The right fielder makes the catch for the second out of the inning. The runner does not advance. That's Jorge Soler. Chris Ramos has an RBI single in the game. He's 1 for 1. Steps up to the plate. And he fouls off the high fastball for strike 1.
Ball.
And the fastball is low. Count evens at 1-1. Outside, ball 2. Saps is at first. Ramos is at the plate. And he hits a hard line drive but foul. Count is even at 2-2. And he fouls off the 2-seamer. Count remains 2-2. Outside, count goes full. 3-2 count. The runner at first will be off. And the pitch is low, ball 4. Ramos walks. So with 2 outs in the third, there are runners at first and second, and the batter is Michael O'Rourke. Mike O'Rourke grounded out in the first. He's 0 for 1. He has hit well with runners in scoring position this season. And he hits a hard ground ball but foul. Strike 1. And he backs him off the plate. Count goes even, 1-1. Old Yankee Stadium. Knocked it down in the year 2008. Personally visited the old Yankee Stadium many times. Oh, it hits the corner. Count is 1-2. Ooh, tough pitch to hit. Now he's got to go into protect mode. Pitch is outside. Count evens at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the third, 2 runners on. Here's the pitch. And he fouls off the fastball. And he hits a line drive base hit over the outstretched glove of the first baseman. And he cruises into second base with an RBI double. And it's now 6-2 Rangers. That's his 11th double of the season. Here's the replay. It's a line drive just over the outstretched glove of Eddie Murray and down the right field line. Next up is Jacob Salazar. He's got runners at second and third with 2 outs. This is a big moment in the game, perhaps. Down and in for ball 1. He hit a ground out in the first. He's 0 for 1 today. And he's out in front of the changeup. Count evens at 1-1. 24 pitches this inning for Domingo Germán. And he just gets a piece, fouls it off. Count is 1-2. And he just gets a piece to stay alive. Pitch is high. Count evens at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the third, 2 runners on at second and third. Salazar is at the plate. And here is the pitch. And it's a line drive to center field, base hit. And it will be a 2-run single for Salazar as it's now 6-4 Texas. Nice piece of hitting by Salazar. Let's watch the replay. Right back through the middle. With 2 outs. Next up is Matt Termini. He grounded out in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. And he hits a hard ground ball, but right at the shortstop. He throws in the dirt, but scooped out by Eddie Murray for the final out of the inning. But not before they get 3 back. And at the end of 3 innings of play, it's Texas 6, Bronx 4. Making it a game. Leading off for the Texas Rangers, Bobby Dalbec, who flied out in the second inning.
The third baseman.
I'm going to have to be very careful with this pitcher. Swing and a miss, 97 on the radar gun. Just blew it right by him. In his last 3 games, Dalbec is 6 for 13. That's a .462 clip. He's hot. And he grounds it to Salazar at short who fields, fires, got him. Just by a step in the first out of the inning. Johnny Damon, who has a single and a run scored. He's 1 for 2, steps in. And the slider breaks over for strike 1. A diving play by Salazar. He fields from his knees, fires, got him. What a play by Salazar. He's putting on a clinic out there. Hope to show us the replay on that one. Let's see, does the truck have a replay ready? No, they do not. It's a shame. It was a great play. Well, anyway, Ben Zobrist had a single in the second inning. He's 1 for 2. There are 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Ramos deals. In case you're wondering why the second baseman and the pitcher have the same last name, Ramos, is because it's father and son combination. Pitcher is the father, and the son is making the play. Ramos throws him out for the final out of the 4th. So after 3.5 innings of play, it's a 2-run ball game. Texas is leading 6-4. Leading off for the Knights, Benny LoCicero. He flied out in the second inning. He's 0 for 1.
The right fielder, number 38.
And he's out in front of the curveball. Strike 1. And the pitch is outside. Ball 1. And he's behind on the curveball. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Outside, ball 2. Count is 2-2. Domingo Germán was given a 5-run lead. Now it's 6-4. Pitch is outside. Count goes full, 3-2. Anthony Millo is on deck. Here's the payoff pitch. And he hits it deep but foul. Count remains 3-2. Just out in front. And he hits a line drive, but right at Jorge Soler in right field. He barely has to move. He makes the first out of the inning.
Now batting, number 43.
Anthony Millo, the catcher, lined out in the second. He's 0 for 1 today. He steps up to the plate against Germán. And he chops it at the plate. Ivan Rodriguez fields, fires, got him at first. Jumped out of his crouch and made the play.
Number 31.
There are 2 outs in the 4th. Matt Saps is up. He has a single and a run scored. He's 1 for 1 today. He's 3 for 8 in the series.
Nope.
Pitch is low and inside for ball 1. And he hits a ground ball. Oh! It stopped and kept in the infield by... And is he safe? I think he is. Yes, it's a base hit for Matthew Saps. Off his glove, he kept it in front of him in the infield, but not enough time to get the runner at first. Saps is at first with 2 outs in the 4th, and Matt Lukelich is up. And he swings and misses the fastball. Strike 1. He's got a double in this game. Double and a run scored. He's 1 for 2. And he hits a fly ball just out of the outstretched leap of the third baseman for a base hit. And with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th, we've got runners on first and second.
The first baseman, number 23.
Just a flare right over the head of the third baseman and into left field. Don Mattingly steps in. He's 0 for 2 today. Batting just at the 300 mark with a runner in scoring position. And he hits a line drive, base hit into left field, into right field. Check that. It's an RBI single for Don Mattingly. And the score is, it's a 1-run ball game as Texas leads 6-5. Yet again, another 2-out hit for the Bronx Knights. Mound visit for the pitching coach with Domingo Germán. There's runners at first and third with 2 outs in the 4th. And up steps Chris Ramos, who has an RBI single and a run scored. And the tying run is 90 feet away. And he drops the curveball over for strike 1.
1
He
and 1.
checked it. Strike one. Two pitchers warming up in the Texas bullpen. Count is even at 1-1. And
Outside.
breaking ball is off the plate. Count is 2-1. And he hits a hard line drive down the line, but foul. Count is even at 2-2. Hits a base hit to right field. It's an RBI single, and the game is tied. Just like that, brand new ball game, tied at 6. They gifted Domingo Germán with a 5-run lead, and he's given it away, 6-6. As Ramos pulls it on the ground between first and second for an RBI single. And now we have Mike O'Rourke at the plate, who has a double and an RBI. He's 1 for 2 today. Runners at first and second. And he just hits the corner, paints that corner with strike one. He's 5 for 12 in this series against the Texas Rangers. And he checks his swing. It's high. Count is even at 1-1. He's hitting .346 with runners in scoring position this season. And he grounds it just foul down the first base line. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch is high. Count evens at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Bottom of the fourth, the game is tied. Here's the pitch to Mike O'Rourke. And he grounds it up the middle. He takes it himself. Banks steps on second for the force, and the side is retired. But not before the Bronx Knights come all the way back, and at the end of 4 innings of play, tie the ball game at 6. Oh, yeah. Ernie Banks, who just made that play to end the inning, steps up to the plate. He has a run and a single. He's 1 for 2. Okay, now manager, bullpen. Madison Bumgarner is going to warm up just in case I need to bring somebody in for a couple of innings. The game is tied again. I'm not going to let this guy give it up. Swing and a miss at the fastball. 98 on the radar gun. Could not catch up to it. Not going to let Eli give up the game now that it's tied. And he fouls off the two-seamer. Strike 2. Very quickly the count is 0-2. And he just gets a piece of the split-finger fastball. Count remains 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on the slider. First out of the inning. Here's the replay. In slow motion. Jorge Soler steps up to the plate. He had a solo homer in the third. Took him deep. Strike 1. He's hitting .260 with 4 homers and 15 runs batted in this season. And he's out in front of the fastball. 99 on the radar gun, and he still pulled it into the seats. But the count, it's a long strike. The count is 0-2. Swing and a miss on the two-seamer. I'll check that. On the breaking ball. Ramos' 4th strikeout of the contest.
First baseman, number 33.
And here it is in real time. And he asks him, was it a strike? And it was. Eddie Murray steps up with 2 outs in the 5th. He's got an RBI single and a run scored. He's 1 for 2. Strike 1, right down the middle.
0-1.
Oh, and he hits it high and deep, and that's gone. And the Texas Rangers take a 7-6 lead on the solo home run by Eddie Murray, his 4th of the season. Eli just doesn't have it today. Here's the replay. Just crushes it. Minnie Minoso is 2 for 2. And it's strike 1 on the corner. And he hits it right over the outstretched glove of Termini at third. The throw to second is not in time. It's a 2-out double by Minnie Minoso, his 7th of the season. I think Max Lukovic took a little bit of liberties with that ball. He could have kept him at first if he got there a little quicker. And that will be all. Bullpen, Madison Bumgarner put him in the game. That will be all. Madison Bumgarner takes over for Eli Ramos. It's his 5th appearance of the season. Officially, his record is 0-1 with a 3.24 earned run average. He's only pitched 8 1/3 innings. So, he's got a tough assignment. With a runner on second and 2 outs in the 5th, Ivan Rodriguez, who already has a home run today. He pours it in there for strike 1. Look at that batting average with runners in scoring position, sitting .455. And he hits a short fly ball to medium depth right field. LoCicero makes the catch for the final out of the 5th. It's an official game, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, Eddie Murray put this ball into the seats to give the Texas Rangers a 7-6 lead. Taking over for the Texas Rangers, Michael Kopech, making his 12th appearance. His record is 2-1 with a 5.40 ERA. And leading off for the Knights, Jacob Salazar, who has a single and 2 runs batted in. He's 1 for 2.
Jacob Salazar.
And the pitch is high, ball 1. And it's outside, ball 2. And he's behind on the fastball. The count is 2-1. Right down the middle, 99 on the radar gun. The count is even at 2-2. And it's a line drive foul. Outside, count goes full, 3-2. Matt Termini is on deck. And he checks it. That's ball 4, and the leadoff man is on.
Now batting, number 79.
Matt Termini is officially 0 for 2 today. There are 2 lefties warming up in the Rangers bullpen, just in case. And he swings over the top of the slider for strike 1. Inside, ball 1. Count is even at 1-1. Did he check it? Yes, he did. Count goes 2-1. Bottom of the 5th, runner on first. It's Jacob Salazar. Matt Termini at the plate.
Ball 3.
Pitch is low. Count goes 3-1. Hitters count. Sure he'll be swinging if it's good. And it's a line drive base hit to left field. And there's runners at first and second with nobody out in the 5th inning. Here's the line drive single by Terminator.
Number 38.
Benny LoCicero is up. He's 0 for 2 today. And he hits a line drive base hit. But he hits it too hard to score the run. The bases are loaded with nobody out here in the 5th.
Number 43.
He just hits it too hard to get that runner home from second. Bases are loaded. Anthony Millo is 0 for 2. He's up at the plate. A great opportunity to drive some runs in. And it's low and inside. Change up. Count is 1-0. There's nowhere to put him. He's got to throw strikes. And he hits a high, deep fly ball. It should be enough to get the runner in. He sacrifice fly. And the ball game is tied on the sac fly by Anthony Millo. He got the job done.
Number 31.
Sure, he would have liked to have done more, but he got the game tied. Runner at second moved over to third. Matt Saps has 2 singles today, 2 runs scored. 90 feet away is the go-ahead run. And hits it right at the shortstop, over to second for 1. Back to first, he's safe at first, and the Bronx Knights, on the error by the second baseman, takes an 8-7 lead. That should have been an inning-ending double play, but instead he pulls him off the bag at first. The runner comes home to score, and the Bronx Knights have the lead. Max Lukulich has a double and a single and 2 runs scored. He's 2 for 3 today. 2 outs in the 5th. And he singles into the gap and makes it all the way to second. It's a double for Lukulich, his 10th of the season, and there's runners at second and third with 2 outs in the 5th.
Mattingly.
Don Mattingly steps up. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI single. And he hits it down the third base line for a base hit. It's a 2-run single. And the Bronx Knights take a 3-run lead, 10-7. The floodgates are open. Remember, folks, this game started 5-0 Texas. Now it's 10-7. He just goes with the pitch and drives it down the line.
Your attention, please.
And the Texas Rangers make a pitching change for Brad Keller.
Number 56.
This is his 10th appearance. So far, he has a 1-0 record with a 7.20 earned run average after 20 innings of work. And up at the plate is Chris Ramos with 2 outs in the 5th. And he hits it high and deep, but right at the warning track. Salazar makes the catch for the final out of the 5th, but not before the Bronx Knights take a 3-run lead at the end of 5 innings of play. It's 10-7. Leading off for the Rangers, Corey Dickerson, who's 0 for 2.
The designated hitter, Corey Dickerson.
And it's a hard line drive, but LoCicero races him over and makes the catch.
Now
He's
back,
making a bid for that gap.
Bobby Dalbec.
Bobby Dalbec, the third baseman. Nice coverage by LoCicero out there in right field. Dalbec, the third baseman. He's 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out today. He's 5 for 11 with a homer and 4 runs batted in for the series. Steps in against Madison Bumgarner. And he hits the corner for strike 1. And cutter is high. 1-1. Curveball just misses low. Count is 2-1. He fouls off the cutter. Count is even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Changeup outside. Count goes full. 3-2. Johnny Damon is on deck. And he hits a hard ground ball back through the box and into center field for a base hit. And with 1 out in the 6th, Texas has a base runner. Here's the replay.
Now batter.
Leg kick, 2-handed swing, right back through the box. Can't teach it any better than that. Johnny Damon is up. And he just nubs it off the ground. LoCicero, check that. Anthony Millo jumps out of his crouch, throws to first for the 2nd out of the inning. The runner advances to second base.
The second baseman.
So we have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs with Ben Zobrist up, who has a single in the 2nd. He's officially 1 for 3 in the ball game. And the cutter is low, ball 1. So far this season, Zobrist has been abysmal with runners in scoring position. That curveball oh my goodness. Bumgarner thought it was a strike. He was not happy with that call, but in any event, the count is 2-0. Strike 1.
I got 2 on the count.
The rain seems like it's picking up, getting a little harder, but the forecast says that we're going to play the full game. And he hits it past Salazar at short, and he throws it in. Runners at first and third with 2 outs in the 6th.
Now batter. The shortstop. Banks.
Ernie Banks is up. Future Hall of Famer, single. A run scored. He's 1 for 3. Tying run is at the plate. And he hits a hard line drive but foul. It's for strike 1. And he hits it the other way but foul. Very quickly, the count is 0-2. And he fouls the cutter back to the screen. And he grounds it over Ramos at second, who throws to first for the final out of the 6th. And after 5.5 innings, it's the Bronx Knights 10, Texas Rangers 7. I'm just going to go to the bullpen. I have a righty, a switch hitter and a righty. I'm going to get Telly to warm up and schedule to put him in the game to pitch the next inning. Michael Rourke is up. He's 1 for 3. And he hits a shallow fly ball, short center field. Banks is there to make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out in the 6th, bottom of the 6th. Salazar has a single, 2 runs batted in. He's 1 for 2. Steps up. And he checks the swing, but it's a strike anyway. So there's a lefty and a righty, Brett Martin and Seth Lugo, warming up in the Rangers bullpen. And the 2-seamer is just off the plate inside. Count is even at 1-1.
Count is 2-1.
2-1. And he swings and chases the high fastball. Count evens at 2-2. And it's a hard ground ball to the second baseman, Zobrist to fields, fires, got him. For the 2nd out of the 6th.
Now batter, number 79.
Matt Termini, who has a single and a run scored. He's 1 for 3. Steps up to the plate.
No, that's low.
And the fastball is low for ball 1.
on that jump.
He checks the swing. It's just off the plate. Count is 2-0. He's behind on the fastball. 95 on the radar gun. Count is 2-1. And it's a line drive to center field. Base hit. Terminating is 2 for 4. So with 2 outs in the 6th, there's a runner at first. Here's the replay. Short stride, one-handed swing, right back through the box. Here it is. Almost hung up there for Daniel to run it down, but not quite. So, Benny LoCicero steps up. He's 1 for 3. And he fouls off the two-seamer for strike 1. There are 2 left-handers warming up in the Rangers bullpen. And he hits a hard line drive deep. But, oh, it goes over the head of Johnny Damon. Bounces off the wall. And it's an RBI triple for Benny LoCicero. That ball should have been, it's the first triple of the season for Benny LoCicero, but in all honesty, if you look at this replay, Johnny Damon should have caught this ball. He misjudged it. Absolute misjudgment. And it's 11-7. Bronx Knights. That should have been a catch. Well, Anthony Millo was up with a 4-run lead. 2 outs in the 6th. He has a sac fly today, but he's 0 for 2. Then he hits a hard line drive down the third base line to the foul. And he swings and misses at the slider outside the zone. Count is quickly 0-2. Runner in scoring position. And he hits a high, deep fly ball that has a chance at the warning track, at the wall. Minnie Minoso makes the catch. Just inches away from a 2-run homer. But the side is retired, and at the end of 6 innings of play, the Bronx Knights lead 11-7. Yes, I do want to change pitchers. ttRPG comes in to make his 4th appearance of the season. He's gotten off to a rocky start. Hopefully he can turn that around. He's got a 4-run lead to play with. Jorge Soler steps up in the top of the 7th. He does have a home run in the game. He's 1 for 3. Strike 1, 97 on the radar gun. And the curveball is low. Count is even at 1-1. And he fouls off the split finger fastball. Count goes 1-2. And he foul tips it into the glove of the catcher for strike 3. And that's the first major league strikeout for ttRPG. It's a proud moment in any pitcher's career. Eddie Murray's 2 for 3. Here's the replay of his first strikeout. I'm sure he'll grab that baseball and someone will hold on to it for him so that he can put it away somewhere. Switch hitter Eddie Murray has a homer, a single, 2 runs batted in. He's 2 for 3. It's a challenge for Telly. And he fouls off the fastball, 98 on the radar gun. And the curveball drops in the inside corner for strike 2. Strike 3 called. 2 strikeouts in a row for Telly. Nice job. Here's a replay.
Number 9.
I don't know what he was looking for. It's right down the middle. Minnie Minoso's 3 for 3. He's having a hell of a game. He's doubled, 2 singles, a run scored. He steps in with 2 outs in the 7th. And the curveball drops in for strike 1. He's 5 for 12 in the series. And he hits it hard to Salazar at short with Fields. Fires. Got him. 1-2-3 inning for the rookie. And get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. Take me out to the ball game. It's the 7th inning stretch, and the Bronx Knights have a 4-run lead. Matthew Saps with the bullpen active for the Rangers. He's 2 for 3 with 3 runs scored. Nice. I'm going to go to the bullpen, and I have a righty, a lefty, and a righty. You know what? I'm going to let Telly pitch 1 more inning. I'll have somebody come in the 9th. Pitch is low in the dirt. Ball 1. It's a 4-run lead. I can trust Telly with a 4-run lead. And he gets a ground ball foul at the third base line. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike. And he hits it the other way. It's a deep right field, but at the warning track, Salazar makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Max Lukulich is 3 for 4 today with 3 runs scored. He gets on base and scores runs. Pitch is outside for ball 1. And it's a hard ground ball past the diving third baseman for his 4th hit of the contest. He's 4 for 5. Just goes with it the other way. The third baseman was guarding against the bunt. He was drawn up on the infield. Mattingly steps up. He's 2 for 4 with 2 singles and 3 runs batted in. And he goes after the high fastball and fouls it off. Count is 0-1. And it is a stolen base for Max Lukulich. I believe it's his 7th of the season. To get a stolen base against Ivan Rodriguez is an accomplishment regardless of when it comes. Now there's a runner in scoring position. And he checks it. 2 seamers inside. The count is 2-1. And he hits it to the fly ball to the center fielder, Damon, who makes the catch. And the runner stays put with 2 outs. He stays at second. Next up is the second baseman, Chris Ramos, who has 2 singles today and 2 runs batted in. He's 2 for 3. Mattingly is at second. And it's a hard line drive base hit. And that will be an RBI single for Ramos. And the score is now 12-7. That's 3 hits and 3 runs batted in for the second baseman. He's had a hell of a day. That's how you win a batting title, ladies and gentlemen. Michael O'Rourke steps up. He's 1 for 4 with an RBI double. And the pitch is low. Ball 1. And he hits a hard base hit to right field. And with 2 outs, there are runners at first and second. Here's the replay. In on his hands, he yanks it over to the right fielder. And they've seen enough. Daniel Norris comes in to pitch for the Texas Rangers. This is his 7th appearance. He does not have a record, but his ERA is 2.84. Salazar turns around and bats from the right side against the lefty, Norris. And he hits a soft grounder. Oh, the pitcher muffs it. And everybody's safe. The bases are loaded with 2 outs. That's an error. I'd be surprised if they gave him a hit. Matt Termini's 2 for 4. He's got the bases loaded with 2 outs in the 7th. And he grounds it softly to the third baseman, who fields, fires, and got him. And they leave the bases loaded, but they do extend their lead to 5. And at the end of 7 innings of play, it's the Bronx Knights 12, the Texas Rangers 7. Leading off for the Rangers, Ivan Rodriguez. He does have a grand slam in today's game. Argios is pitching in his 2nd inning of work with a 5-run lead. He grounds it to Termini, who boots it and just cannot make the play. It's the 2nd hit of the ball game for Ivan Rodriguez. And the leadoff man is on. Corey Dickerson, the designated hitter, lined out in the 6th. He's 0 for 3. Oh, and he hits it high and deep. That's gone. And suddenly it's a 12-9 ball game. First home run by Dickerson of the season. 2-run shot. Crowd is silent. And I think the bullpen's gonna wake up. It's an upper deck shot for Dickerson. Manager, bullpen. Dylan Patances is going to warm up. Gets any closer, he's coming in. Bobby Dahlbeck is up at the plate. Oh, and it's a line drive. Base hit down into the right field corner. LoCicero throws it into 2nd. And it's a double by Bobby Dahlbeck, his 10th of the season. The wheels are falling off the wagon this inning. Top of the 8th. And he slides in there just ahead of the throw. Manager, mound visit. They go out there to discuss it. They say, look, you pitched well before. They're getting you a little bit. You got some strikeouts. Let's go to the showers. Some positivity. Dylan Patances takes over in relief. He's a setup man. He's pitched 11 games this season. He has an 0-2 record with a 3.18 earned run average. He does have 3 save opportunities. He's blown 2 of them, so that's not a good sign. Johnny Damon's 1 for 4. And he throws a 99-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle for strike 1. And he grounds it up the middle for a base hit. And they hold the runner. Strong throw from O'Rourke from center. But suddenly, the tying run is at the plate. As it's 1st and 3rd, with nobody out. Here in the top of the 8th, Ben Zobrist is up. He's 2 for 4 today. And it's just off the plate inside the ball 1. Zobrist is 4 for 14 this series with a homer and an RBI. And the knuckle curve floats in there for strike 1.
1-1.
Swing and a miss. Fastball outside corner. Count is 1-2. And he fouls off the fastball. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Zobrist is the tying run. And he grounds it to the 3rd baseman. 5, 4, 3, double play. The run does score. No RBI for Zobrist, as it's a 12-10 lead. But they get 2 outs on the play. Ernie Banks has a single and a run scored. He's 1 for 4. He's up there with the bases empty and 2 outs. And he hits a high fly ball off the end of the bat. Chases LoCicero to the 1 track and makes the catch for the final out of the 8th. They get closer. Bronx Knights have a 2-run lead. It's 12-10. Okay. I am going to warm up the closer. Bullpen. John Smoltz warming up. John Smoltz scheduled to put him in the game. Closer's coming in. I don't care how many runs I score this inning. Benny LoCicero's 2 for 4. And he takes a strike. Daniel Norris, lefty versus lefty. Oh, and he hits it high and deep. Will it stay fair? It is foul. Just a long strike. Count falls to 0-2. And the breaking ball's in the dirt. Count is 1-2. Fastball's outside. Count is even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. And he hits a ground ball foul down the first base line. Count remains 2-2. Slider just misses off the corner, and the count goes full, 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch. And the fastball's off the plate. He works his walk, and the leadoff man in the bottom of the 8th reaches first base after getting him down 0-2. Next up is Anthony Millo. He's 0 for 3 today. I think he has a sac fly. And he hits a hard line drive, base hit past the diving shortstop. And with nobody out, there's runners at first and second. They are threatening here in the bottom of the 8th.
Now batting.
Fat curveball. Just laces it past Ernie Banks at short. Matthew Saps is up. He's got 2 singles, an RBI, 3 runs scored. And he swings after the first pitch and goes after a high fastball. And it's the first out of the inning. A little too anxious at the plate. So with 1 out, there's runners at first and second. And Max Lukelich is up. He's 4 for 5. He scored 4 runs today. He switches around to the right side against the lefty Norris. And the pitch is inside for ball 1. Max has not hit well with runners in scoring position. There'll be an opportunity to get not only his bat average up, but his 5th. Swing and a miss over the changeup. Count evens at 1-1. This would be a chance for 5 hits in a game. Swing and a miss at the fastball. Count is 1-2. He's not doing well. Miss at bat. And he hits a base hit. That's his 5th hit. Wait, hold on. Yep. The bases are loaded with 1 out. He has his 5th hit of the ball game. He's just been on fire. Don Mattingly is up with the bases loaded and 1 out. There's a pitching change. Brett Martin comes in. He's pitched 10 games this season. He's 0-2 in his save opportunities. He's 1-0 with a 7.71 earned run average. Don Mattingly is up. They already have a 2-run lead. He's 2 for 5 with 3 runs batted in. Lefty versus lefty. And he hits a deep fly ball to center. And he tags up. And it's an RBI sac fly for Don Mattingly. And the lead is now 3. He got the job done. I think that's his 4th RBI of the game. Chris Ramos steps up. Switch hitter, switches around to the right side against the lefty. He's 3 for 4 today. So runners at first and third and 2 outs. And he hits it into the gap, and on 1 hop it rolls all the way to the wall. Lukelich rounds third, and he comes home. It's a 2-run double for Ramos, and the lead is 5. It's 15-10. Here's the replay. Lukelich is off to the races, comes from first all the way home as the ball hops its way to the bag. Michael O'Rourke steps up. He's 2 for 5. And hits the corner for strike 1. Ramos is at second with 2 outs. And he hits it. Sliding catch by the second baseman. He bounces, but dug out of the ground by Eddie Murray for the final out of the 8th. They come up with some more runs. The Bronx Knights have a 5-run lead. It's last licks. 3 more outs. Can Texas score 5? We'll find out. Do you want to change pitchers? No, I don't. I'm not going to change pitchers until it gets closer. Jorge Soler had a home run in today's game, but he's 1 for 4. Dylan Betances throws 99 on the radar gun. Fouls it off. 2-seamer inside, ball 1. Swing and a miss at the knuckle curve. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3 at the high fastball. Betances gets his first strikeout.
The first baseman, number 33,
Eddie Murray, the switch hitter, has a homer, a single, 2 runs batted in. He's 2 for 4 in today's game. He steps in against Betances. With a 5-run lead, he just wants to get on. Takes strike 1. Oh, he grounds it to Salazar at short. He fields, fires, and they are down to their final out of the ball game.
the batter, number 9.
Minnie Minoso is 3 for 4. Double, 2 singles, run scored. And he fouls off the fastball for strike 1. Oh, and he fouls it off of his foot. He picks it up, scoops it over for the final out of the game. Nice play to get that final out. Betances wins the game. Bronx Knights are now 15-12, 3 games over 500. And it was a barn burner, 15-10. So for the Bronx Knights, 15 runs, 22 hits, and no errors. Texas Rangers, 10 runs, 16 hits, no errors. Madison Bumgarner gets the win. Michael Kopech gets the loss. Dylan Betances gets the save. The player of the game is Max Lukulich. He was 5 for 6 in today's contest. So, again, the final, the Bronx Knights win 15-10. And this is Bronx Knights Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. We don't just play baseball. Me and my friends, once a week, we play Dungeons and Dragons. That's a live, actual play game where we sit around a table. Well, it would be nice if we could sit around a table. We actually are on Zoom, and we Zoom it to YouTube. But, you know, it's still fun. It's still Dungeons and Dragons. So if you're interested, we play every Monday night at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But if you like baseball, trust me, I'm not done yet. So in any event, again, it's Bronx Knights win 15-10, and you have yourself a great night. Thank you so much for watching.